Michigan's civil rights law says employers cannot discriminate, yet this music director says that's exactly what happened to him. And he says the priest then lied about it to parishioners. Fred Szczepanski is a talented musician and the music director for 34 years at St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church in Traverse City.
Over the last 34 years, he's not missed a Christmas service or a midnight mass or an Easter service. He was always there, very committed to that church.
Bill Thompson should know he and Szczepanski got married in 2020, but they've been together for 32 years.
He built up a children's choir and a funeral choir and the regular choir.
Oh, it was my life. It was my life. I was 32 when I started there. All the little kids that I had in my children's choir, I did their weddings, and they're now parents and supporting me the most.
You see, Szczepanski was just weeks away from his January 1st retirement when his new boss, Father Michael Lingaur, fired him at the end of October.
He called me in the office and told me that he had to let me go because of a same-sex marriage, even though everyone in the church and all my former bosses knew of our relationship, but because we got married 4 years ago, he couldn't let me work for the church anymore.
Szczepanski says there had never been a problem until the new priest arrived 3 months prior, but it gets worse.
And he said, "We're going to tell everyone that you are taking an early retirement," which was a lie.
And he asked him to work 2 more weeks after that.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
When he terminated me, he said that you're welcome to worship here, but you can no longer do music for masses, for weddings, for funerals, and you can no longer receive communion.
Suddenly, this lifelong Catholic and dedicated employee says he was not only excommunicated, but on the receiving end of discrimination and wrongful termination.
This was just a malicious, cruel thing that this priest did. The fact of the matter is they don't have the right to discriminate like this against someone in their job.
Blake Ringsmith is Szczepanski's attorney. He says the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act prohibits such discrimination, and they're now suing the church and the Diocese of Gaylord.
Sexual orientation, marriage status, and sex are protected classes. And the claim that we're bringing is that he was discriminated illegally on all of those fronts.
The diocese declined to comment, but referred us to a letter Bishop Jeffrey Walsh sent to parishioners saying employees consent to a ministerial agreement to adhere to the teachings of the Catholic Church, that marriage is an exclusive covenant between a man and a woman.
I had worked there for 34 years. I had 4 prior bosses before this priest came in. And I've always had rave reviews on my performance. My personal life had nothing to do with my performance.
We want to push back and let them know that it's wrong. Discrimination is wrong, no matter where it's coming from.
Oh, there's been pushback. Parishioners protested, even left the church altogether.
I had 40 people in my adult choir, and I would say maybe 7 of them stayed on.
He built up quite a following.
Oh my gosh, the services were packed. And it was a mass exodus after I got terminated.
So many people sent letters to the priest and the bishop.
Your decision to fire Fred Szczepanski is entirely unkind and unjustified.
A dozen pastors from other denominations even weighed in.
Your decision has brought great distress to the broader community as well.
A testament to the impact of one music director for more than 3 decades, now taking on a new role with his husband by his side.
We want to give a platform for future people who are discriminated against, because if no one takes a stand, nothing will ever change.
It's not just about me, it's about people losing their jobs over this all over the country. And the reason I'm going through with this is because I don't want it to happen to someone else. You know, it's wrong. It was wrong.
Fred Szczepanski says he's so grateful to the many people who have supported him and are supporting what they believe is an important civil rights case with far-reaching impact.